Yeah. Give me 1 second. Sneezy's got some issues this morning. What's up, baby girl? She's very sneezy this morning. I don't actually know if it's streaming. Hold the phone. Okay. Oh, it says we're live. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Sarah's. There's my Sarah's. Good morning. Okay, that's good. Fantastico. Can you hear me? Do do do. Do 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 do. Can you hear me okay? Buenos dias. Yay! Oh, yay. Oh, it's one of those days where the well, the cat's sneezing, so you'll probably hear her. But it's one of those days where you come in to teach meditation. Like we've got our little holiday menagerie here. You come in to teach meditation and you turn it on and it says, YouTube has a new policy, and if you want to stream from this camera, you need to have 1,000 subscribers or more. So you guys need to go out and get me some more subscribers because this tech is killing me. I'm just kidding. But more subscribers would be great if you know anybody. Speaking of knowing people, good morning. I was speaking with somebody yesterday who's been a meditation student of mine for 7 years, and because of the pandemic, I'm just going to say that word. Everybody's like, "Why do you don't use the word?" It's a pandemic. Because of that, we haven't been able to have our private meditation sessions for quite a while, and there were some other things that before that happened that were preventing us from getting together regularly, and so it's almost like we took a break, but you know, when I teach you, you're always on my mind and in my heart. And so often on my mind and always in my heart. And so I had been thinking about him for like 2.5 weeks, and I was like, I've got to reach out to him and see how he's doing. And as typical as these things go, and I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about, I sent him a text message and he goes, "Oh my gosh." I was like, "Errant friend, absent teacher, I apologize, but I've been thinking about you for 2.5 weeks and I needed to reach out and see how things are going." And he wrote back, he said, "Oh my gosh, your ears must have been burning because I've been talking about you because I finally learned that thing that you were trying to teach me all this time." And it wasn't like a technique or something, it was just sort of one of those things I say about meditation and what you get from meditation. And he was like, by George, I think I've got it. And so, you know, he's been meditating for a really long time, and he doesn't do any of the physical practices of yoga. He only does these more contemplative and energetic practices. So he does the breathing techniques, he does the Kriya, where we move energy with the power, the attention of our mind. He does the meditation practices. He's very adept, he's amazing. So it's kind of interesting to hear that he's like, I finally got it. So why am I saying this? Sometimes when we're doing something regularly and we feel like we hit a wall and we're not making any progress, if you will, or it's not getting a little bit easier, that is the time when we need to stick it a little harder and push a little bit further. But that's the hardest time to do that. So my recommendation for that is, especially with meditation, is do a little bit less, right? But still make it to your cushion, right? If you can't do your regular, you know, I like to do like 18 minutes of meditation. If you can't get there, do just a few moments, right? Just a few minutes to sit and collect, right? And then take your break from it that way, right? It's kind of like if you are a marathon runner and you are training for a marathon, you finish the marathon, but you don't quit running, right? Because it's something that you love and you know that you get a great benefit from. You back off from it. You don't just quit. You might go for a walk the next day, you might go for a half-mile run the next day, and then you might do your regular alternating stuff. But you don't just drop it, right? Because that will really take you back. That being said, it's very similar to training in muscles and that kind of thing. You need to give yourself, if you're really feeling those like walls, those places where your muscles just won't work anymore, where you just can't get it, like back off, give yourself a break, but don't give it up, because it's the benefits and what you experience in your waking life, if this is waking, that's another topic, are far outweigh what happens when you just completely lay it to the side. So, my cat is sick. She's got a little runny nose, and I took her to the vet emergency visit yesterday. And I realized that I was really, really attached to her so quickly. Like, what's up with that? What's up with that, you furry friend owners, partner people, things? Oh, yeah. So it took me 16 years to introduce another animal into my life, because the last one broke my heart when she left, and now I've got this little thing and she's sick. Attachment. So what do you do there? You don't stop loving, right? Because you can't handle the pain from the loss of love. See where I'm going with this? So we experience these things in our bodies as much as we experience the resistance to continuing, the resistance to experiencing past pain that we might have had, experiencing that again. We experience these things in our bodies, and we have to let them go. We can't hold on to them. When we hold on to them, they keep us from moving forward. They keep us from being present, and they keep us from moving forward. So this is the time of year when I often say, like, let's start working towards that resolve and the reinforcement and the empowerment of ourselves to live our purpose, our life's purpose, and reignite the love and the excitement and the inspiration around the intentions that we have, that we make in our lives. And I do it in December because the days are dark, it's getting harder to keep going, and the days are shorter, and the nights are long, it's getting colder, all these things, and we start to close inward. And it's a great time to be introspective and to tap in to that really intelligent conscious that we have inside of us. And then as we get towards the end of the year and the beginning of the next year, we'll do our Sankalpa practices together to set our intentions or reset our intentions and move in with that inspiration and resolve to continue to live our greatest purpose, our life's purpose. So, that being said, working towards that, we're going to do the movement through the body down and up, and pausing along the way at the points in our bodies that hold the past, that can help us to awaken into this present and to release the attachments that we have to the feelings that we've had in the past, whatever those feelings might be. I don't like to label good or bad. I'm trying. So let's get started by coming into your comfortable seat if you haven't already settled in. Mom calls my talking the wiggle time. So we got your wiggle time down. And let's start joining the thumb and index finger together and placing it at the center of your chest, right? So really right at the center of the sternum, equidistant from the jugular notch and the xiphoid process, which is the basis of your sternum. Take the other, the left hand, I'm not mirroring, in thumb and index, and place it at kunda. That's that point where all of the nadis emanate from. It's the pubic crease below the navel and above the pubic bone, equidistant right there, okay? So you've got one point at the center of the chest and one point at the, basically it's in front of your sacrum. So it's the center of the pelvic bowl. And as you get these 2 points, there's a little bit of pressure in towards the body, and I'd like you to close your eyes and breathe here. And feel those 2 points. And as you breathe, if it's available, please apply a very gentle Ujjayi breath. So Vedana is to pierce. When we create these little mudras with our hands, they're almost like a beak, if you will, piercing these points. One at Anahata at the heart, and one at Svadhisthana at the sacrum. And as you're applying this gentle Ujjayi breath, see if you cannot make it a little bit longer, your breath, a little bit slower. And each part of the breath is full and complete. A full inhale and a full exhale. The lower hand at the point of creation, foundation, fulfillment. The upper hand at sustenance, at sustaining. Nourishing. And movement and openness. Okay, you're still holding the 2 points, and your breath has gotten pretty steady here. See if you can relax the planes and the skin of your face. Relax the muscles and tissues around your eyes. Good, now keep the mudra in your hand, almost turning it into, actually turn it into jnana, so the index finger is just below the thumb, and you're still making that okay symbol. And release your hands to your thighs or knees with the palms up now. And now as you breathe in and out, breathe in from the lower point. You can feel that residual pressure point. Breathe in from the lower point up to the upper point. So from Svati up to Ana. And as you exhale, release out from there. So feel a wave moving up from your base, from your root. To the heart, and as you exhale, see that release outward in all directions, like a circle, plane opening out in all directions. Still a very gentle application of Ujjayi breath. You breathe in and move up from Svadhisthana, from that point. And you breathe out and it releases almost like a plume out in all directions from the heart center. Good, now take the thumb and index finger together of the right hand, making that little pierce, that little point, and place it at the center of your forehead. Release the Ujjayi breath. Let your throat relax. Allow your attention to move to that point just behind the center of your forehead. Lower the right hand back down, returning to Jnana Mudra. All of your tension all of your attention and awareness at that point. And you feel the gentle pulsation of your internal sounds, and maybe your mantra. Okay, now keeping your breath quiet. Your attention right there at the center of the forehead, just behind there. Goes to your throat. Let your attention go to your throat. Go to the center of your chest. Just behind your navel. And Chakunda, just in front of your sacrum. And all the way to your root. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, drop your chin towards your chest. Bring your palms together. Rub them a little bit. Feel the warmth in your palms. And then place that warmth over your eyes. And feel that warmth moving into the eyes, into the brain, even feeling that healing energy. Good. Place one hand over the other over the center of your chest. Feel that warmth there. And a sense of love for all beings. And your right hand into a fist, just below the navel. Left hand envelops it. Lean forward as you press back. And when you lean forward, open your eyes and focus at a point on your floor. And then come back up. So let's try to do that this week. Piercing at the heart center, piercing at the Svadhisthana, just in front of the sacrum at Kunda. Good. Breath up and down. Steady, ujjayi, almost a whisper. Good. Then you pause, settling into your seat here, feeling still that connection, but you're moving from base up, and then bring your awareness here. You can either do the piercing here, or you can also tap here, right? And then come back, and you are in the sublime beyond, in that connection of pure consciousness. Have a beautiful morning. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you either later today on the Soul Collective or at 7:35 for Morning Moves. Cheers.